Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Eileen at Little Grace Nursery, and if you're new here, welcome. Hit like and subscribe and come back for all the fun, all the babies, the giveaways, the painting tips. And today, well actually this is my second video of the day, but I'll air them on different days. But this is Leilani yawning, and I'm doing custom twins. So she's going to be a dark-skinned baby. The new mommy does not want the bottom of the feet or the palm of the hands to be real red. So I am going to put some reddish blushing on them right now, just because there has to be some sort of undertones. And I'm also going to apply another layer of skin tone so we can make her darker. So let's get to it. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use this is just a lip blush nail red type color. So I'm going to, let me get my glasses on. Here we go. And I'm typically, well, what am I trying to say? Oh my gosh. So yeah, this looks a mess right now, but when I first started, it was nice and clean. But you know, when you're painting and you're dabbing off paint, paint's gonna get everywhere. So I have some red on my brush here, and I'm going to take some of my Mona Lisa paint thinner. That's this. And I'm going to take, and I'm going to put some in this little pool here. And we got a little piece of hair in there. Okay. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to dissolve this paint into the paint thinner. And I'm actually going to get a little bit more. Oh, I put it. Okay. Alright, so we are going to mix this till it's all dissolved. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, I'm going to take some of this red and just go over the tongue. And I'm just doing the tongue right now. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to go on the ears. I'm actually going to use this brush, I think. Okay. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some more of my burnt umber and I'm going to dissolve it with some paint thinner. Maybe I will put a little bit more in. And some of my linseed oil. And we are going to mix it well. And what I'm going to do now, you saw me sponging on the color before, but now that I have a pretty good base coat on, I'm not, real worried. I think it's okay that we can just brush it on. I was just worried that, and I don't care if I get some on the lips because I want the skin to blend in with the lips. And before I was just using the sponge and I was applying the paint because I didn't want it to get all uneven, and I didn't want the color. Oh shoot. Well, that's okay. I forgot to block off the or square off the forehead, but I will do that with the next coat because she is going to go a little bit darker than this. So okay. And actually what I might do is, let me get a paper towel. And I didn't want to paint that part of it, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take my sponge and I'm just going to pounce off the excess. And we are just going to keep pouncing it until we make sure that we have a nice, even skin tone. And we'll blend it into the forehead. And if I get any paint build up in the creases, then I'm just going to take this little brush and and just brush it out. And I'm going to put her over here to dry, and then I'm going to come over with the feet. And again, we're just going to take and we are going to brush it out. Oops, sorry, I'm holding it. I think I might have gone off screen. I am deeply sorry. I apologize. And then we're going to take the paint. Take our brush again, and we're going to go in the little creases. Okay. Alright, I'm going to do the other arm and the other leg and the other twin, and then we will be back. So the twins have both baked, and now what I'm going to do is I really need to clean this this up here. I am going to do a little more on the lips, and I'm gonna do some peaches and cream, I think. Here's my little brush. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to just go around the edge. Oops. And I'm just going to pull the paint down. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is use this brush. And I'm pulling it in towards the lips, making sure that I still keep a little bit of the darker paint on the outside of the lip, like it has a little outline, but I want it to blend into the middle, so the outside of the lip is darker. Alright, I need to pull it a little closer to me so I can see it better, because alright. Alright. So, I'll give a little on the lips here, and I'm going to take a little bit inside the nose. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, and now what I'm going to do, I still have some purple here, and I'm going to use some purple and do some creasing. Here it is. Whoops. Yeah, so we went to a bull roast today, and it's nice. I met some new people, some new friends. Saw a couple old friends and met some new friends. Although we didn't stay real long. Okay. And remember, we're blending, blending, blending. We don't want to see any lines start and stop. And then I'm going to go around the nose. Okay. Actually, I'm going to pause you for a minute. It was chilly this morning and I had my heat on up here and I want to go turn it off. I'll be right back because I'm roasting. And I am back. Okay. And we are just going to blend. This is just some undertones and some shading. Okay. And just taking this sponge and kind of blending it in. And we're gonna do some around the ears again. Okay. We got that ear, and then I'm just going to go around. Okay, and then we're gonna go for this ear. Right. Now I do have a lot more color to put on this doll, but I do want to start doing the shadowing and some undertones, and that's why I'm doing this before I put more color on. Now I will be doing this again. Okay. All right. And we're going to put him over here to dry. And we are going to do one of the foot, or one of the legs, and the foot. And we're going to do just the top of the toes, a little bit around the edges, because we're not going to make the feet real red at the bottom. I'm finished, I'm going to complete the other arm and leg and then the other twin, and then I am going to bake, and then we are going to put on more skin tone. So we'll see you in the next video. Bye!